All right, welcome. Welcome to On the Spot. I'm here with Teohn Connor. You might have known him from the Bay Area around East Bay and parts of the Bay, basketball trainer, player, former college player, stuff like that. And he's coaching around, I think, DVC now. But go ahead and introduce yourself, Teohn, and tell us a little about yourself, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, my name is Teohn Connor. Like Steven said, assistant coach for DVC, and also been doing player development for the past 15 years in the Bay. Originally from Louisiana, came out here to play basketball at St. Mary's College, and then stayed out here ever since then. So I'm here.
Okay, cool. All right, so you ready for On the Spot?
What's that?
You ready for On the Spot? Get these
Oh,
questions
I'm ready,
going. You
bro.
ready?
Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's
Okay.
do it.
All right. Here's question one. What are your thoughts on the real estate market? Things like that you've seen with housing and stuff around here.
Lately for me, it seems like there hasn't been a lot of properties available. But that's just from my perspective because I'm not really looking. So
Hmm.
um, just watching it, especially now in SoCal, is crazy because of the fires and stuff like that. So I don't know. The fluctuations might be crazy right now. So yeah,
Yeah, it's been a little bit volatile here and there, and then people being pessimistic a little bit, seeing how it's going. But yeah, but we're
right.
definitely short of houses out here in the Bay, so definitely we have that out here. So for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
cool. Um, you want to share a struggle that you went through growing
Oh
through?
yeah.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I had asthma really, really bad. And I was in the gym one day playing basketball, and I forgot my inhaler. Um, and I started getting, my chest started tightening, I couldn't breathe. But I kept playing because I love basketball. I'm a kid.
Mm.
I don't know any better. But it got to the point where I couldn't breathe and I passed out. Next thing you know, I woke up and I was in the hospital, and they told me we had to resuscitate you because you cold blue, and we had to bring you back to life.
Oh,
That was one of my biggest struggle, and as a basketball player, breathing is your lifeline, literally your lifeline. So growing up, my biggest struggle playing basketball was asthma. It kept me from doing a lot of things, being conditioned well because I had to stop every time my chest got tight. So that was one of my biggest struggles growing up.
oh wow, great little story. Um,
Yeah.
you want to share a quote that you live by, or want to put out there for people to?
Yeah. One of my biggest quote is success is not an accident. It's constantly hardworking, persevering, pressing on, being frustrated, and just making it happen on a daily basis.
Cool, good thoughts. Um, what show you watching nowadays? Favorite Netflix show or TV show or an Apple? What are you watching these days that interests you?
Um,
You want to share?
yeah, it's a combination of, well, actually not a combination. I love sketch comedy, so I watch
Okay,
a lot of SNL. I watch a lot of Key and Peele, Dave Chappelle show. So I go back and forth between those three.
okay. So you got a comedian here, comedian
Yeah,
fan.
yes, yes, big comedian.
All right, cool. Who's on your Mount Rushmore of basketball players? If you had to pick them, who do you got on there?
Man, this is always a tough question because there's so many great players. But for me, I would say Shaq, Kobe,
Okay,
LeBron, and Michael Jordan. Those are my
yeah,
four that I pick. I mean,
okay,
Steph is up there for me too. If we had five, he would have been number five for sure. But those are
yeah,
my four since there's only four. Yeah.
okay, all right. And then who's the GOAT?
Because I grew up in the '80s, in the
Yeah,
'90s, Michael Jordan is my goat, man. He's my goat.
okay,
Michael
all
Jordan.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: how many points do you remember scoring in your high school career, and then in your St. Mary's career? If you go by, do you remember how many you scored?
I do not. That is a great question.
Okay,
Wow.
yeah,
I would
okay,
say it's less than 1,000. I would say that. It's definitely not
okay,
over 1,000. So something less
okay,
than 1,000. I don't know the exact number, but yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And then name a couple players you played against, the best you played against, high school or college, or who you went up against.
So the best player I played against in college, Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas. Oh my gosh,
Okay. All right.
he
I
is
just
definitely he talks the way he talks because he can back it up. That man is he
yeah.
was great. He's
Okay.
good. He's good.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
just saw this past weekend at the state games. He was over there hanging out, watching his son play.
yeah, because his son.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
he's
know.
good.
Did they end up winning or did
No, they
they?
lost to Jesuit, but he had
Jesuit. That's
20.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So in
yeah,
Division 3, but yeah. So
yeah, yeah. No,
yeah,
his kid's gonna be good. His kid's gonna be
yeah.
good for sure. Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts on March Madness? You doing a bracket? I know it's a couple of days it starts. You know,
Oh yeah, it's about to start. Yeah.
yeah. So you doing a
Um, I
bracket? Who you
love March
like?
Madness. I
Yeah.
love it because it's the best basketball you're probably ever going to see.
Hmm.
Because everybody's trying to get that, that championship. So it's good
Yeah.
basketball. I'm for sure doing a bracket. I haven't done it in the last 2 years because I don't know. I hate watching games and just not knowing who's going to win because
Yeah.
there's Cinderella teams, there's upsets, there's also
Yeah.
busts. So, but this year I'm back,
Hmm.
so I'm for sure going to do a bracket this year. Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. So you got any favorites? Who you like? Who you like in your
Yeah,
top
man.
four? Top
St.
four.
John's for sure. I like
Okay.
what Rick Pitino's doing over there.
Okay.
Alabama, I love them. Houston, and there was one other team that I like in Auburn. I like those guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool. Um, is there something you did in the pandemic that you didn't do before that you still do to this day, or you picked up off, or
Um, I say the biggest thing is Zoom calls, man.
yeah,
I wasn't big on Zoom. I was not
yeah,
big on Zoom. Like I rarely ever use my laptop or whatever. But
yeah.
now it's a consistent thing that's in my life. You know what I mean? So Zoom will be the biggest one. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good thoughts. Um, do you have your dream car?
Yeah, I
What
do.
is your dream
It's a
car?
Lamborghini. A
Okay.
Lamborghini.
Okay.
I'm
Do you have?
either I want the Lamborghini truck because I told my son that's what I wanted because that's the newest one that's out.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, Lamborghini. Anything
Okay.
Lamborghini, man.
Okay. And then, what's your thoughts on the EV car? Have you been in one? Experienced it? What do you think about those?
So I was this close, man. I mean, like literally 2 months ago to getting a Tesla. I was about to
Hmm.
get one. I was
Yeah.
about to get one. Only reason why I didn't get one because right now we have a big family
Yeah.
and they only seats up to so the ones I saw only seats up to like six. I want to say six,
Yeah.
and we need like 7 or 8. So that's the only reason why I didn't get one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Tesla. The Tesla, I love the Teslas.
Okay. Um, what age would you want to go back to and live in if you could go back and live?
Ooh, hmm. I would say 16.
Yeah.
I think that was a big year for me because I think I grew like 2 to 3 inches, was getting stronger, um, and I think that's the year that probably would have set me straight on my basketball career because that's when I started to figure it out. Like, oh, I want to be a basketball player, like a serious basketball player. So 16, that's a good, yeah, 16.
Okay. And that was
Yeah.
what year in high school? What year? Like
So I was
sophomore?
a sophomore.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll be going into my junior year. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. You got a favorite field trip as a kid you liked that you did?
Ooh, field trip. Yeah, to be honest, it was we had what did we go? We went to the state library, and I'm not
Okay.
joking. I
Yeah.
used to love reading and just back then it was the what was it? The card catalog. You had to go look up the numbers, go through these things. That was
Yeah.
for me during school. That was the best field trip for me.
Okay.
Going to the
So,
state library.
so were you a fan of the book fair when it came in town?
Oh man, bro,
Yeah.
bro. We had so many book fairs at our school. Like we had book fairs at our school. I freaked out every single time. I freaked out. I love book fairs, bro. I did.
All right. Okay. So what generation did you grow up in? I'm guessing you're a millennial, or Are you
So
millennial?
I'm a little bit of Gen X
Yeah.
and millennial. So a
Okay.
zennial is what they call it, I think.
Oh,
So
Gazzini.
because I was
Okay.
born
Okay.
1980 January, so it kind of crossed over to Gen X, and so yeah, I'm a little bit of both.
Okay. Okay. And how you feel about with the tech and stuff with kids these days compared to how we have it when we kind of, kids have it when it's
Um,
like in their hands.
it's in their hands a lot. I think that's a natural progression because we was just getting into it, like with the
Hmm.
video games and the computers and the game boards. We was just getting into it, so I think that's a
Yeah.
natural progression. I know we say that it's it's in their hands too much, but if we had it, we would have probably did the same thing because that's the natural progression. We have it now. We're going to use it now. We're using all this tech now, and
Yeah.
tech is tech can be good and bad. Like right
Hmm.
now, it's good because now things are happening faster. You
Yeah.
know, with coming up with new medicines and all that stuff. Like that's good for all that. You know what I mean? But I'm a little bit of both. I'm a fan of the tech and
Hmm.
not. I think it's everything. There's a balance to it. So
Yeah.
just having a balance to it. But I'm a big fan of it for sure.
Okay. That's good. You got a movie you recently watched that you liked that was good or bad?
Um, so the most recent movie I watched is Captain America.
Okay.
It was okay. I wouldn't say it's outstanding.
Yeah.
I was just I'm getting used to the new Captain America. Like it's weird seeing him play it. Like he's acting is good. The movie was great, but it was just weird seeing me after so long seeing the other Captain America to see him like now as a transition. That's a new like I know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
happens in movies like new characters come, but I'm like I just wasn't used to it. The movie was great, but I just wasn't used to it.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, they replaced him with somebody else, right? A new
yeah,
guy,
yeah,
new
it's a
actor.
different character.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the Cap that I know, but
Yeah.
he's Captain America now, So
Okay. Are you Apple or Android guy?
um, Adam and Eve, bro. I bit the apple. I love
Yeah.
Apple. I love Apple. I do not. I'm not gonna say do not. People who have Androids, and one of my best friends have one. It
Yeah.
just makes life harder. Just makes it harder.
Yeah. 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 And I think Apple is more user friendly. It sounds like it. I mean, you put
No,
out there
it
that you
is.
can.
For me, when I switched over, because I did have an Android, and
Mhm.
for me, when I first got the Apple, I was like, oh, this is hard. And then it became easy, and then I was like, that's all I want. I don't want anything else. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, Apple,
Okay.
Apple guy.
Cool. All right. You want to share a tip of the week? Business tip, life tip, success tip?
Um, I would say life tip: whatever it is that you want to do, make sure you
Hmm.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Um, I found that if you enjoy it, you won't hate waking up going and do it. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
want like, oh my gosh, I got to do this. It's like, no, I really actually like this, and I really love doing it. So if that's something that you want to do in life, make sure that you love it. And the way you get to love it is that you keep doing it over and over again,
Yeah.
and that it becomes who you are. You know what I mean? So for
Hmm.
me, I love basketball, and that's what I've been doing my whole time. So when I do go do training or coaching, it's not like I'm going to a job. It's like I love to do this, so I'm about to go have fun. So enjoy. Just find out what you like to do and then enjoy it. So
Those good thoughts.
you
Um,
know,
if you could pick someone to sit down and eat with, who would it be, dead or alive?
uh, yeah, it would have. I would say Jay-Z. For
Oh
me,
yeah.
he- yeah,
Okay.
he's one of my
Music
favorite
guy.
rappers. He's
Okay.
one of my favorite rappers, and he has a lot of vision.
Hmm.
Um, and ways to know where to go about business. And I think he has it. He figured it out. He cracked the code. So I would love to sit down with him, talk with him.
Okay. All right. If you're stuck in an elevator, who would you be stuck in the elevator with?
Like I said, because I love comedy, Dave Chappelle.
Just-
I will, I definitely want to be in there with him to hear him crack jokes and talk about people, and because I like his perspective on life. Like he doesn't take it too serious, but he
yeah.
also is serious. And he's one of my favorite comedians. So I would love to be in the elevator with him.
Okay. Good one. Um, You got a favorite sports team and player you like?
Favorite sports team is Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah,
Um, Favorite player. Right now, my favorite player will be Steph Curry. I like the way he
yeah,
carry himself.
hmm
I like the way he handles adversity. I like the way he changed the game. I like the way he's staying true to himself, even though
hmm
there's a lot of doubters and people being negative towards him. He handles it the right way, and
yeah,
I love his character for sure. Obviously, he's a great basketball player, but
yeah.
his character is what like I love his character for sure.
Okay, good one. Yeah, he's big in the Bay and smart guy,
Yeah,
everything. A family guy.
yeah,
You never
yeah,
see anything bad in the news about him, so
yeah.
it's good.
Exactly,
All right.
exactly.
Let me ask you this one. Did you follow wrestling as a kid, and did you have a favorite wrestler growing up?
Wrestling. Who didn't watch wrestling? If he didn't watch
Uh,
wrestling, I don't know if he had a good childhood. I really don't
yeah.
know.
Right?
Um, I had two,
Okay.
Ultimate Warrior
Yeah.
and Sting. Those are
Okay.
my favorite two. Those are yeah. Those oh man.
So you
Those
watched both programs, right? You watched WWE and WCW then back in the day? Yeah.
WCW. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Those
Yeah.
man. I once my uncle put me on a wrestling. I was like, this is the best thing. Like what? And wrestling and fighting and man. And even when I found out that it was kind of like, this not real. But it was still entertaining. Like it was good to it was just good to sit down and watch wrestling, man. That's I'm
Yeah.
I know that new wrestling is out. I haven't watched the new wrestling, but WCW, yeah, all that, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a game changer, man. I love watch wrestling for sure, for sure.
Uh, cool. Yeah, it was big for me in childhood watching it. NWO, all those guys, Kevin Nash and Hall
Oh
and
yeah,
then Macho Man, it's just back and forth.
Randy
It was,
Savage.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Um, so what advice would you give yourself at 12 years old?
One piece of advice I would give myself would be play baseball.
Play
Play
baseball.
baseball because
Okay.
I played it growing up. Like that was my
Yeah.
first sport I loved. I
Okay.
love baseball. I love baseball. Like if I had a
Okay.
choice, I would play baseball. But the reason why I stopped baseball, because they didn't have it at my high school for some reason. They didn't have it,
Oh,
so I
wow.
played all the way up to high school, and then they didn't have it, and then I just gravitated toward basketball. So I would say stick to baseball. Stick to baseball. That's what I tell myself for
Okay.
sure.
Wow. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Um, all right. What do you love about the city you live in right now?
Um, I'm in Martinez, but we're on the
Yeah.
cusp of Pleasant Hill. So
Okay.
we get the best of both worlds, and everything right now is in walking distance from me. So if I want to just get out and go walk, I can go to the
Yeah.
mall, go get something to eat, go shopping. I can do almost everything that I want to do. So that's one of the reasons why we chose, Martinez, especially this spot because it's so close to Pleasant Hill that you really
hmm
can't tell the difference. So
Okay.
yeah.
Good one. All right. Okay. If you weren't basketball trainer, coach, all that stuff, what would you be doing instead for work?
Man, that's a good one. Um, if I would be some type of teacher,
Yeah.
because I believe that God given me a gift to teach. Like no matter
Yeah.
if that's basketball, football, or math, or social science, whatever. I think He gave me a gift to teach. So I think I'd be a teacher. I don't know what subject, but I think
Yeah. Maybe
teaching for sure.
PE.
PE,
Maybe
maybe
PE.
maybe
Yeah.
PE, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You got a favorite video game or board game growing up that you've played, or one each if you want? Yeah.
Favorite video game would be the Super Nintendo. I love Super Mario and all those
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Favorite board game. Hmm. Dang, we got a lot of board games here. Hold on. Dang. You know what? One of the games I loved when I was smaller. I don't know if you remember the game. It's not a board game, but it's just a game.
Yeah.
Operation,
Yeah.
where you have you're the
Yeah.
doctor. You got tweezers
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
touch it. If you touch
Yeah,
the side of the thing, yeah, that was my
yeah,
favorite right there. That
yeah.
one.
That was a
Make your
good
nose
one.
light up. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, oh man. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that one.
yeah. It was a
Yeah,
classic for sure.
yeah.
Um, okay, drink of choice. When you go out, what are you drinking these days? What do you grab?
When I'm drinking,
Yeah.
hands down, I would drink apple cider. I love
Oh
apple
yeah,
cider, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, I we buy a lot, and I drink a lot here. And then if
Okay.
I go out, apple cider for sure.
What about alcohol drink? Do you drink alcohol or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. I would get any type of bourbon or whiskey.
Okay.
I do that. Yeah, dark brown liquor. Yeah, I do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, you got a guilty pleasure you want to share with us?
Guilty pleasure. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like gummy bears. I
Oh
like
wow.
gummy bears. Haribo
Which
gummy
ones?
bears. The Haribos.
Okay.
The original ones. Like I would, man. And so for Lent, that's what I gave up.
Oh
Gummy bears
really?
for 40 days because, dude,
Okay.
every night. I'm not joking. Every night,
Yeah.
every game, every road trip. Bro. So that's one of my guilty pleasures, bro. So
Okay.
yeah, gummy
So when you're on a
bears.
plane ride, you grab gummy bears and eat them on the plane
Oh,
ride?
come on. Easy. 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 And I don't get the little bag. I get like the big,
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah, yeah, oh, wow, yeah. The big bag,
Okay.
bro. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Um, you got a favorite emoji?
Favorite emoji. Um, right now, I would say the praying hands,
Yeah.
because I'm very grateful. So anytime somebody compliment me on, if it's on Instagram, Facebook, I try to do like, I'm grateful, thank you, or,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hear you. So it can mean a lot. So for me, the praying hands, for
Okay.
sure.
Good.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah, it's a good one. Um, here's one for you. Nominate somebody you want to see on the show that'd be a good guest to get on here. That could benefit be on here.
Oh, Stevie.
Yeah.
Stevie, my homeboy Stevie. Yeah,
Okay. We're
he'd be good to be on here. Yep.
we're we're, we're talking about it, so we're trying to get him on here. So we're got the
Yeah,
I know
no,
you got little
he
kids and
should be
stuff,
on
but
here.
we're working. Yeah. Okay.
I would
I'll
like to
get him
hear
on
his
here.
answers too. Yeah, I
All
would
right.
like to hear what he got to say.
Okay. And then something on your bucket list that you want to do you haven't done yet, or out there, a place you want to visit,
Oh,
or something.
dang, that's good. I want to go skydiving.
Wow.
I'm so
Okay.
afraid of going skydiving because,
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of heights, but
Yeah.
I haven't gone skydiving. I've been hot air ballooning, zip
How was that?
lining. I've done that. Huh?
How's the hot air balloon?
Scary at first because you're in the air and you can look over and yeah, you're looking down. So, but after a while, I got used to it.
Yeah.
So, I want
Okay.
to see if I can skydive. I don't know if I ever will,
Yeah.
but I want to skydive. That would be my bucket list for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I don't want to do it. I heard about it, but I'm cool off of skydiving because you can't survive 100%. If you're
No,
100%, you
because
can survive. Yeah.
no, I know, and that's the reason. I'm like,
Yeah.
what if something goes wrong?
Yeah.
That's always in the back of my mind. But normally
Yeah.
it don't nothing goes wrong, but I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's still there. It's still
Yeah.
there, So yeah.
Okay. And how do we follow you, find you on social media, your tag, all that. Good shout out to how
Oh
you
yeah,
we can
yeah.
connect with you and stuff
Oh,
and all
real
that.
simple. Um, Instagram, the
Hmm.
basketball trainer.
Okay.
Also my nonprofit Eat Sports is the same, just Eat Sports Foundation.
Okay.
And then on Facebook, just my name, Teohn Connor. You
Okay.
can find me there.
And then for train all that stuff, where you train out, stuff like that, and how do we reach you for that type of stuff?
Yeah, same thing. If you can reach me through my Instagram,
Hmm.
because I'm on there a lot, and because a lot of people reach out, they want training, and I also watch
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of videos of my kids training. So you can do that.
Okay.
I also have a website, www.eatsportsfoundation.org. They can find me there too. It has
Okay.
all my email and my phone number there too, so they can do that.
Okay.
Well,
Cool. Um, yeah, so we're on Spotify now, so I'm trying to get that out there with people. We're on there,
Yeah,
Spotify. So, but yeah, if you have any questions about real estate market or advice, reach out to me and all that. But from on the spot,
absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
we're right here, Tion. All right, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Stevie.
Yep. Cool.